Scene on BBC Radio London with Aurie Styla.
This is The Scene.
Bossy. Loving that one. That one's Wiley Sean Paul, Steph London, Idris Elba. Big tune. And speaking of big tunes, I got a big artist in the building. He's filming me already. I guess you're turning the camera on me. I've not even done my big introduction. We've got a legend in the building, ladies and gentlemen. If you know music, you know this gentleman's name. You know his music itself. And he's got his little daughter there with him as well, playing with the microphone head. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the UK's finest, General Levy's in the house. Welcome, General.
Blessings. Wicked. Jungle is massive.
How you doing, sir? You all good?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Very nice to be here.
Thank you, man.
Pleasure, for real. Lovely.
Can I just say hello to your little one as well? Hello.
Hello.
I love it. Family man, sir. I like this.
Definitely, man.
How old? Firstly, what's her name?
What's your name?
Savannah. Hello, Savannah. She's a little entertainer like you, sir.
Yeah, she's a star.
So, Mr. Levy, I mean, there's so much that could be said, but first thing I'm going to touch base with is I just found out by doing my research, a Northwest London guy, sir.
Of course, you didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Well, you couldn't tell.
No, listen, sometimes you don't know.
You never know, sir. No, Weezy man in the place.
I know now, sir. Proud, happy.
Yes,
yeah,
man. Bless. Yeah, I'm from Harsden.
No, say what?
I'm born in Central Middlesex Hospital. Central Middlesex.
How you mean?
Yeah, how you mean? Went Bridge Road School. For those who remembers Bridge Road, original Bridge Road School, yeah? Bridge Road.
One.
And then I went to Neasden High School. I went to Stonebridge Play Centre.
Okay. Yeah, original Northwest London. I like that.
Original Lloyd's Greengrocers, man. Lloyd's Grocers at Craven Park, man. Original Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah. If you're from Northwest London, you must know Hawkeye.
Yeah, man. One stop. I mean, Scandal Food Shop.
Scandal ain't here no more.
I know he's not there no more.
Man.
I still got to call him out. He's a legend, Mr. Pratt. Legend.
What I used to say when I used to go to the door? I can't remember what he used. Jaja Bless. That was it.
How you mean?
Jaja Bless.
Listen, man. That's his word. Bro.
That was it. You'd walk in. Jaja Bless.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I write a song called Jaja Bless. Jaja Bless. Jaja Bless. Jaja Bless. Over there, not the east, the south, and the west. That's why I build a tune because Mr. Pratt. Every morning I go in there, he said Jaja Bless. So it just give me a vibe and I build Jaja Bless. And I told him that as well.
Nice. You know what I like is when you bring someone here and you want to talk to them about what they're up to and the music and stuff, but you can actually relate on a different level as well. I really respect that. Nice one, sir.
I mean, it's food, man.
And also as well.
Of course.
Well, from his food, we all can relate there.
Yeah.
Savannah, you all right?
No.
I like it. Every time Savannah loves to talk in the mic, and as soon as I say hello, she just looks at me like, "Why are you talking to me for?"
It's a diva.
Also, I found this out as well because I won't see you in 2 weeks' time. It's your birthday coming up soon.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. You're 21 again, sir. But when it comes, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
And,
Big up all Tauruses.
Hello.
Big up all Taurus. Shh, daddy's talking. All right. Big up all Rubens and all Taurus, April-born people.
Hello.
They've done April. What I think you should work with is animals and children, but we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it, ain't it, baby?
Hello.
Yes. Say hi.
Savannah's cute, man.
Oh, thank you. She's 3 years old.
Hello.
On holiday right now.
Oh yeah, half term. I forget. Or Easter holiday.
What holiday? What holiday?
Yeah, you're on break. You're on break from school. No school.
Huh?
No school. You haven't got to school now. We've got a break. You're
You go to Poppy?
You're going to see Poppy after the holidays. You see your friend Poppy. All right, carry on now. Carry on.
No problem, sir. Do you want to turn it to you a little bit?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
That's what Savannah. She's not having it today,
All right.
boy.
All right.
So I mean, and also another thing to congratulate you on as well. I mean, you've been doing music for a good while, so you've been like one of the names that you've inspired many artists, and one of the tunes that have definitely inspired a lot of artists. Incredible.
Yes.
20 years old this year.
25.
25.
Yes.
I thought it was 20.
Bro, the researchers around here, man. You got to get a research through.
25.
1994 it came out.
Congratulations.
So it's actually older now. I wish it was 20. It's showing my age when I say 25.
No, but you started at 2, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
You bring that tune when you was 2 years old, man.
In the womb, singing from in the womb. So yeah, 25 years.
So what got you started when it came to music? I mean, it must have been something from young.
I was on the sound system, working on sound system. Basically, you know, I was coming from a Northwest area, working on sound systems, working in the community, and just on local radio stations and stuff like that. So basically, from that situation, I just went on your name goes around and people get to know you. And then, this reputation growing in the community. I worked with people like Java Sound was one of my sounds. I worked with Tippertone Sound, Robber Ranks. I worked with Vigilante. I worked with, just local sound systems. And then from there, I went on to work with Fashion Records, who were down in South London. And then from there, everything just elevated from there. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, some of those names, my dad's a DJ, so when I hear some of those names as well, I can hear some of the names he's told me when I was growing up. I mean, Robbo, for example, is another big one. So, and for you as well, you didn't start at a period and then just remain in that period. You're still going strong. I've seen it where you've had it was like a One Extra, and it was you and some of the grime MCs doing music now.
Dizzy and
Lethal J and Me was in there,
Jeremy, a whole heap of them was in there. It was like a Fecky. I mean, it was just I didn't expect that. That was totally unplanned, and I went there initially to talk about another track that I had out called Pull Up, which was with DJ Sticky, but it ended up being a freestyle session and turned out to be a classic session on One Extra, totally unplanned, and it just went just like that.
And sometimes that's the best. I mean, literally the energy that was in that room, and one thing that stuck out with me is that a lot of the artists, young artists as well, that were able to stand up and say, this is the guy that made me want to do music, and then jump on with you. And the energy levels, despite it being music from a wide era, from maybe 15, 20, 25 years ago, you were able to all of you able to touch mic and stuff just resonated into one form and fashion.
I didn't know that I had such an influence on
really?
I really didn't know that I had such an influence on the young generation, on the generations like that. To see the youth, them just kind of like the reaction, when I stepped into the room, and people have told me about it, and people have watched it over and over again, and it was a kind of sign it was a symbol to the people, to the public of it needed to be done. Yeah. People needed to see that to know how the story goes. It didn't just start there. It actually started a bit before that.
So when it comes to music now, do you look at some of the artists and do you? Is it weird to say this? Maybe get inspiration from some of the younger guys now, or is it still very much General Levy in my zone, and I produce music that I like, or is there any artists out there that are kind of making you go, oh, I like this kind of sound or this vibe, or?
No. I love the new generation, what they're doing, because every generation has their vibe. It might not be the same as what we had when we were coming up, but we didn't have the same vibe when we were young, as the elders. So the elders look to us as, what are they doing? So I don't look at the youth as in that way. I try to give the youth them their space and their platform, and their platform to be original and be different. They can't be the same as us. The thing has to evolve.
Yeah, of course.
So their style has evolved, and I'm happy to still be relevant. And all I can say is that if you have your own style, all right, if you're ahead of your time, you will never be a has-been.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
So I just say that with me now, when I came out, my style was different, and I had my own style. So when I do something now and I appear now, it's still relevant, because when I came out originally, it was different anyway. I've never been part of the clique. I've always had my own thing. So when it comes to the new generation, I support them, and I have no competition with any generation or any artist, because I'm in my own lane. I have my own style, so I'm comfortable.
And you know what? I do a few events where there's a lot of old school music that gets played, or even brunch events where the theme is maybe garage, or it could be drum and bass. And there's one thing that happens is you get a younger generation of people that may have been not even born, like we're talking maybe 19, 20, 21 years old, maybe to just babies when music that you like, for example, when Incredible came out, that may have just heard it from their parents.
Yes.
And they up and down, as soon as it drops in a rave or in a party, up and down. And they're appreciating a lot of the old school music. I think they do like the new artists as well. But just the vibe that a lot of the old school artists, or even just the artists that have been going for a long period of time, that have, like you said, ahead of their time at the time, they really appreciate a lot of the music from back then, as opposed to just always having to be on the new thing right now.
It was the golden years. The 90s was definitely the golden years, because it was the times when cable TV, came out. You got MTV Base. It's the first time we had so many channels on your TV, because in the 80s and 70s you had 3 channels. And I remember when TV used to finish at 12 o'clock. And
Tell you to go to bed,
and you get that woman, that girl sitting there with the teddy bear, the girl with the teddy bear. You know what I mean? With the test card.
A little chalkboard at the back.
Chalkboard at the back. Yeah, that's how TV used to be when we were growing up. So when we came up in the 90s now, and they came up with all these channels, cable TV, MTV Base, and all of these, the explosion of media. Yeah. All right. And then on the back of that, 1993, 94, jungle music came. So we came on that wave. Yeah. So when I came out in 1994 with Incredible, the same year as cable TV, well, cable TV had been out maybe a year or two before. It was very popular. So we were on circulation, on rotation, on cable TV. So we came out on a wave. So that's what helped the scene to be so popular. Also, it was good music.
Yeah, of course.
It was good music as well. But
timeless music, yeah.
But when you come out on the change of technology, it's just like now when you get the internet. And then you get some people who can manipulate the internet. Look at Soulja Boy. Yeah. The way how he's manipulated the internet, and certain people have manipulated the internet. Look at like Chameleon. He manipulated it a long time ago and made them. So whenever you come out, whenever there's a new format of communication, whether it be internet or in my time when it was Sky TV and cable TV, if you can be on that wave, it helps to excel what you're doing. And if you have good product anyway, it's just more power to the product.
It's true. And can you imagine if you had like your Spotify's, Deezers, social media back then as well?
Back then, nuts. It would have shut down. We didn't have any of that. All we had was radio stations, and radio stations were so powerful at that time that everybody tuned into the same stations at the same times. Everybody heard the same shows. You could, it was just like everybody was on the same page, programmed. Everybody watched Commander B, whether it was David Rodigan, whether it was Daddy Ernie, whether it was Tim Westwood. There were certain key DJs that you got your diet, your musical diet from these people every week, and that's how it was. So we were out at that time when certain key DJs played our music, and we came out at a good time, and it was just a powerful time for radio. And plus the jungle sounded so dynamic on the radio when it first came out, when you could hear, because it was underground music. So when it actually hit the radio, it was like, wow, it really had an impact. Yeah. Because there was underground music being played on being accepted by the mainstream. So it was exciting times, and it was all things in the right place at the right time.
And I would say that getting your music out there, like you said, underground music that was being accepted. It's definitely not to put down anyone now, but I think it was a little bit more tricky to get recognised back then in terms of you being all over the place. Yeah. Whereas nowadays you do have social media that helps you. So when you did have a song that blew up, everybody was onto that, and it was and it wasn't just maybe for a couple of weeks or a month. It was people loved the music. It became more timeless because people appreciated how long it may have taken to get your song out there, and the quality that needed to go into it.
Yeah, it was more organic.
Yeah,
it was more organic. I mean, it was just a feel. If everybody it was a feeling, and you went with the vibe. And now I find you can buy likes, you can buy views.
Yeah, all of that is,
and it's just more false representation of the music, because then people will believe that a certain track is really doing well, and people really like it when they fake the views and fake the likes and fake the whole existence of a track, which I find really, really, really ironic, really strange. Because how could you be an artist and be happy to buy views? I mean, that must if you're an artist, you must want to get natural views and people to really like your music. And this is just the ego. There's an ego thing that run the thing now. Before, maybe there's always been ego in the business,
but not like now.
Not now.
It's massive.
Artists
now.
will buy all this stuff and then look at you like they're really on top of the game, and they know that basically they bought everything to be where they are now. So, or not just the artists, even the record companies. Do you know what I mean? You can buy fame now. You can buy prestige. You can buy numbers. They say numbers don't lie, but you can pay. You know what I mean? You can buy numbers.
This is the thing. I mean, when you have you make a very good point. We're trying to buy the attention, buy the, like they call it clout chasing. Yeah. When you want people to think that you are bigger than what you are. It's almost like faking it until you make it, they say. Yeah. So people think you're big, and then all of a sudden that creates a chain reaction. Yeah. And it
kills the quality control, because even if you do make it, you've got there, and you know that you're not real to the game, true to the game. You're not really the cream of the crop. You know, you just used your monetary skills, and that's not good for the game, because I think that it's like when you have a crop of plants. All right, the strongest crop should be the cream of the crop. Not the one that maneuvered its way around and chopped down that one, and
it should be one that was able to grow.
Yeah,
through
the most
itself,
potent one, because that will be, we need our strongest representation. You know, so that's why I think that the quality control has gone from the game. You know, that's the only thing I can say. Not to say that the youth are not doing a good thing, but I think there's a lot of good youth out there, great artists that are not getting the attention they should be, because other artists or other organisations or other labels have got more power and manoeuvrability with the views and the money, which has been going on from even before internet. This has been going on. Money runs the business. If you've got money behind your label, it doesn't matter how good the artist is, they can make you into a star. So that's the thing right now. But then on the other hand, people have the option to discover new artists. You can just pick up your phone right now and do a video, and it can go viral. So that's given the independent man does have a chance, because I had a track that I put out last year called it was just a remix of the Ed Sheeran Shape of You, and that's done 7.8 million. All right, and that's just a video that I did with my phone.
It's nice that you have the access to do that, though.
So that's what I'm saying. So we've got the options there where the independent, it can work. It can work both ways. There's two ways to the story. You know what I mean? Some bad quality gets through and some good quality can get through. So there's a balance.
That's cool.
People can have a decision.
I more than understand that, sir. Got General Levy in the building. I'm going to go to one of your tracks. I got a couple here I could play. All right. I got two here. I'm going to say one. I'm going to call one and two. You pick a number. You just pick a number, random.
What, between 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Number 1.
It was number 1?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go with number 1.
Number 1 or 2, yeah. Because we don't play number 2, you know. We don't play number 2, you know. A few number 1 business around here.
If you know what that means, you know. If you know what that means, you know what that means. If you don't, you're gonna have to research that one yourself.
Right. I feel number 1.
Well, this was number 1 right here. Hi, somebody, all right?
Yeah, and it's BBC Radio.
This is BBC Radio London. We're gonna play this track. This is a classic. If you don't know this song, you're about to get to know. I'm General Levy in the place right here on the scene, and we're gonna play one of the top songs made in the UK right now. This is right now for. It's just, it is what it is. The name kind of says it all. It's simple as this. It's an incredible tune. General Levy, incredible. Love that one. That is incredible by the one in the building called Mr. General Levy. General, you still here, sir?
I'm still here, live and direct. Forever.
Nice. Me, you, my brother in here reminiscing a little bit about Northwest London.
Oh, Northwest is a great area to grow up in the 80s and 90s, man. So much foundation, so much sound systems. We had Hawkeye Record Shop, we had Jetstar Records, and we had Java Sound, Volcano Sound. We had so many good things from Harsden. We were Treasure Isle Sound. So many good things. I mean, Harsden was a centre for reggae when you check it back in the 80s, because we had Jetstar Records, Mr. Palmer. You know what I mean? Remember Jetstar?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Jetstar. And then we had Hawkeye. I had all these things. Apollo Club. We used to have Hilltop Club. We used to have Coliseum Club. Wow, man, Harsden. And best food shops in Harsden.
Can you tell them again, please? Tell them again. For those listening, the best food shops.
You want some Manish water?
I'm not going to lie to you. I can't drink Manish water. I used to call it mystery soup, because I never used to know what was in it.
I'm going in deep, man. When you drop for the Manish, it's deep.
That's deep, sir. So let me just double check this. 2018, diary dates all over UK, Europe, and also Australia as well.
Yes.
Just last year.
Yeah.
What was that like? Sir?
Australia was great. Australia was just like a hot England, you know. And
yeah?
Yeah, it's like they get the UK massive out there. You can feel that they're very similar to the UK. It's a mix between UK and America, Australia. So the crowds were very receptive. They're on the UK because the Australians are the UK. They are British people. Yeah. So anything what happens in England, they get it in Australia. Like, for instance, we were talking about the One Extra episode when I went onto Mr. Jam show. That's all I was going. Every city I went to, they were talking about that performance there, and they were talking about different stuff that I've done. So they're fully aware of what's going on, what's going on in the UK. So Australia was just like a second home, and Tasmania as well. Went to Tasmania.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Tasmania was definitely it was just like England, man. I was walking in a park. I could have been walking in Hyde Park or Queen's Park. It was really, really similar, Tasmania, you know?
I mean, this is... like I've been saying, the longevity of you in this industry and still relevant all the way up until right now. We got you in here. You got new music that's out. You've been touring a few months ago in Australia. How do you find it difficult to still be the General Levy from before till now? Not in terms of you as an artist, but just making sure you are still relevant and on people's.
No, you have to know how to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
So I had to reinvent myself. I had to kind of, I mean, to me, to be honest with you, I always felt like I was never really, I never was able to fulfill my full potential in the 90s.
Okay.
I feel like I was kind of shut down in the 90s. Arrested Development. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I really feel like that because if I had the right real production team and the right kind of presentation, I could have been a big artist like Shaggy and Sean Paul easily. But I was on that same route, and then I did the Jungle song, Incredible, which took me into a whole different format. But I always thought that I had a lot more to offer than just Incredible. So I just felt that now in the 21st century with internet, it's given me an opportunity to show people that there's more to General Levy than just booyaka and hiccup style, you know, because I've been kind of typecast with that.
Is that what they call it, hiccup style?
Hiccup style, yeah. But I've been, because the Ali G movie and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of put me in that box of the jungle is massive.
Yeah.
All right, but I've got so much more roots music, reggae music. I've even got an acoustic album that I've just finished.
Oh, nice.
Well, I've not finished it yet. I've finished a few tracks. Really happy with the acoustic vibe. Check out my Instagram. You can see previews of that. General Levy Instagram or General Levy Facebook, my fan page. Or you can check out my website, www.generallevy.co.uk for updates. But now I feel like there is more to General Levy that I was not really able to. People, but now they can get to know more about me with the internet. They can even see my what kind of person I am, even some of my private life, my wife, my children, and to see that we're a fully rounded individual. The music and 100% musician, really love the music. It's not all about the money because I put up a lot of stuff online that people can hear for free, that I could easily sell. So it's just about getting the music out there, and I'm just in a good place right now.
Nice.
That I'm able to. I think I'm writing better than ever. I think I'm a better artist now than I was then.
Growth and development. And
Definitely.
That, yeah.
I mean, it's like a fine wine. In music business, you're not supposed to get worse as a musician. You're supposed to get better.
Yeah.
In time, your voice. When my voice has got much better, I feel I control it. I can control it better. It's got better texture about it. I can do more with it. My writing is better. My clearer thoughts, clearer in my writing than I was ever when I was younger. I was 21, 22. I had so much. Very, very, very difficult times in your 20s when you're young. You don't know whether you're doing the right thing, you're doing the wrong thing, whether you're going the right direction or the wrong. You're just trying a thing when you're young. When you reach to the age I am now, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly why I want to do it. Yeah. More definite. So it's a better time right now, and I think I'm a better artist now than I was even then.
Nice.
And plus I've got the website going on now, and I've got my new label, General Levy Music. I've got new singles coming out. I've got my own labels. I've had labels before in my career, but I'm really excited about this particular label. I'm going to really push this label far. It's GLM, General Levy Music. Check out my website for more information. I've got a new single coming out called Jaja Guide and Protect, where I've done acoustic versions, and I've done drum and bass versions and also dancehall versions. So with my label, I'm going to try and do a lot of different things, like acoustic, a lot of acoustic music with vocals and that kind of stuff.
Nice. I got one more topic to just ask, because you mentioned it just a minute ago as well. Yeah. Londoner, father as well. How many little ones you got, sir? 3. You got 3, and obviously we've just met Savannah as well.
Yeah, she's the youngest. Yeah.
Fatherhood and music, and especially in London, with what's all going on. Just managing all of that. How does General Levy do that, sir?
Well, you have to just put everything into just think about your day and plan it all right. Everything can work if you plan it out and you have a strategy. You know what I mean? You have to strategize your thing. Don't take on more than you can handle, and you can do anything you want in this world. You can, as long as you have a plan. You know what I mean? And you're able to do it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do the music if I couldn't do it. If I couldn't write, or I wasn't if I wasn't able to do this, I wouldn't be doing music. I do music because I know music and I can do music. You know, as I said, I've always just needed a platform, you know, the right platform to be able to really elevate what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I was ever given that really by the record companies in the 90s properly, given that how to I wasn't never marketed properly. I think now that my career's taken a new strength is because I marketed myself.
Yeah.
I took everything into my own control. Me and my phone, basically, in my Facebook and my Instagram and my SoundCloud and my Twitter and I just and my YouTube, and I market myself and I put myself out the way how I want to be projected, and I don't wait on any record company to sign me. Doing it all myself. I have a manager, Sherlock Holmes Music. Big up Ian, big up Vernon. They're really keeping me the paperwork. They do the paperwork side for me, Brian, because you need to have that.
Definitely, you can focus on music and they focus on the administration.
You know, we don't like to read too much. You know what I mean? If they do all the reading, well, we do. I got my missus. I got a lovely missus. You know, Tangriana there, my daughter, my children, my Savannah, and everybody. So I'm in a good position, and it's just, you know, it's just the right. I'm feeling good.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, General Levy in the building. I'm going to play the other song because you selected the first one first. This is the other one we're going to play. Do you want to tell? This is Nah Give Up the Fight. I mean, it's already got a message behind it, but if you were to say what's the message before I press play, what is it, sir?
All right, well, it's Nah Give Up the Fight. Anything you want to do in life, you have to fight for your rights to be anything, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be an airline pilot. You have to fight, man. You've got to really study, focus, wake up early in the morning. Sometimes it's like sometimes people don't want you to. People want to get your job, so you got to fight to defend your position.
Yeah.
So it's basically about life, you know. It's a fight to survive, you know. It's not physical. I mean, we are really against all kinds of knife crime and gun crime. This is not about a physical fight. When I say we're not giving up the fight, we're talking about the fight in society, in cultural, in your job, in your career, in your spirituality. You understand? So that's what we're talking about. Now give up the fight in life.
General Levy, Nah Give Up the Fight right here on the scene, BBC Radio London. Let's press play.